Sometimes a product doesn't need new features, a new look, or even something revolutionary. Sometimes a product just needs a little bit of polish. About 200 years ago, when Apple was introducing macOS X Snow Leopard, it wasn't so much about the features as it was refining the 300 plus features that were introduced in macOS X Leopard. Yesterday, Apple did the same with El Capitan. El Capitan was invented to refine what came about in macOS X Yosemite, and the name fits that as well, as one of the more famous rock faces in Yosemite National Park is El Capitan. Now, there are a few small features thrown into this operating system here and there. One small feature I enjoy is the ability to pin websites in Safari. This allows you to drag a tab to your favorite website to the left in Safari, and then it will create a permanent button in Safari that will allow you to click back to it at any time. And when you click that pinned website, it will open in a new tab. And speaking of tabs, Apple also solved a long-standing problem where you have a bunch of tabs open, you have no idea where the audio is coming from. Apple now allows you to mute all of the tabs and find the one that is playing audio right from the toolbar in Safari. Spotlight became just a little bit smarter by being able to search for weather, stocks, and even game scores. But it also became smarter by being able to understand natural language. So instead of looking through a bunch of files and trying to figure out which one I made in a certain month, I can just search in Spotlight documents I made in June, and it will give me all of the documents that I created in June. Mission Control was touched up in its interface for better window management, and also took on the feature where you can drag two apps to the side and have them both running full screen at the same time in a new split view mode. And no, you don't even have to really be a Windows fanboy to kind of see that that was a feature that came from Windows 8. Although I'm definitely happy that Apple brought it along, so that way I can have iMessage and photos, or email and a web document open at the same time and work on them simultaneously. Now, the small tweaks in OS X are nice. Minor tweaks to a few apps, expanding on already existing features, and even changing the system font to San Francisco, the same font that is used in the Apple Watch. But what's going on under the hood? What's going to make this a more refined operating system? In one word, metal. You may remember Apple introducing Metal last year, which was supposed to make games and rendering run more efficiently. Well, it's the same story on the Mac. The number that Apple threw at us was a 40% greater rendering efficiency. Now, aside from all of the benefits that this could bring to users both in Adobe and Final Cut, this could make gaming a really serious issue on the Mac. All Apple has to do is be able to find developers who are willing to develop games that take full advantage of this new system. Now, in the system overall, Apple said that apps are going to be opening 1.4 times faster than they did on Yosemite, switching apps will be twice as fast, and opening PDF files will now be 4 times faster when opening them in preview. Now, developers are already getting their hands on the latest build of macOS X El Capitan, however it is likely to be quite buggy in its early stages. But the full release is to be scheduled for the fall and available to users for free. So far, just based on what Apple has shown at WWDC, I couldn't see any reason not to upgrade to El Capitan once it goes gold in the fall. It may not have a lot of features to get excited over, but if it holds through on its promise of creating a more stable and refined operating system, that is something that I can definitely get on board with.